right. We can talk about anything you like. Just listen. Take a walk right over to my kitchen. What you wanna do? Come mix it up with the stew. So tell me what you wanna do. Come mix it up with the stew. Yeah, come mix it up with the stew.
And welcome to another fabulous episode of The Stew. It is Friday and we're feeling real good. And we're going to get right into it. Now, you know I'm Janae.
I'm Les.
And I am
Susie.
Oh, Susie today.
yes.
Okay, I'll remember that. Yeah. So, Susie, Janae, are either of you getting tired of silly season?
Yeah, what?
More specifically, referring to all of the political ads, the entire campaign, because not only do we have billboards plastered all over our entire island, but there is no form, no corner of the internet that you can bypass without a political ad. What is
trying to
going
buy
on?
pillows online, PLP ads,
You know
in my
what I'm
Wayfair
saying?
shopping. It's like, yo, quick.
Can't.
Here's my thing, right? What I don't understand about it is, if you have not been campaigning, if we have not seen any manifestos, if we have not seen any plans from you, why do you think that a poster is going
Yeah.
to swing my vote?
Yeah.
But
I am
the thing
confused.
is, for some people it is, and it boggles
That's all
my
it takes,
mind. All
eh?
you see is like PLP. I mean, what does that do for me?
Yeah.
At least the DNA's ads make a little bit of sense, even though it doesn't make sense. You
They're
know,
like
but then
other
if there's
rhetorical
a
questions.
yeah, exactly.
The thing is, I think it's supposed to be subliminal advertising in a sense.
Sorry, subliminal means
Yeah.
that it is slight
Well,
and inconspicuous.
no,
but
but
it serves a purpose. Subliminal means I can't really see it, but it's doing its job. Honey, it
But
is
it's-
everywhere.
Okay, so it's overtly
It
subliminal.
is overtly aggressive.
How about that?
It is too much. Make it stop.
And to make things worse, not only are there like 3 or 4 posters on each tree, pour a tree, but
I
now
know,
they're
right?
covering it with somebody else's.
I love
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I
And
love
somebody
it.
else's posters. I mean, come on, have some
And
sense,
they're all
people.
being vandalized. Posters are being torn down.
Yeah, do it.
Just the whole shebang.
You know what? And it's a waste of
resources.
resources.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a waste of resources. All this money, you know how much billboards cost to print? All these monies and things. I can't even speak
But-
English.
and
All these monies y'all wasting.
Anika, it goes to the fact, too, that we're just so lawless in a sense. There's no guidelines, there's
Yeah,
no rules as to
yeah.
how these things should be
Oh, no.
erected or things should be
Can I-
presented. I mean, you're presenting
No,
any
honey.
sort of way. I mean, they're supposed to clean it up, I guess,
Yeah.
at some point.
Well, all I know is come May 11th, I want whatever crew is responsible for taking down every single one to be out there. Clean it up. We don't need to see them on no roundabout. We don't need to see them on no tree. We don't need to see them on them little sticks which is stick in the grass nowhere. Clean it up, my boy.
Which one of their committees could do that?
I don't know. The Ministry of Cleaning Up the Billboards. That ministry.
Okay.
Clean it up.
Got it.
That's all I gotta say.
Clean it up, people.
it
Anyway,
up.
we're going to switch gears on the same topic of silly season. In WhatsApp news, I tell you, people ain't crazy enough to send me these crazy things, but a friend of mine let me hear a voice note that had gone viral of some church leader encouraging his church members who to vote for, and while advocating for a particular party, he went on to call a particular candidate. Well, he said that she has a spirit, a Jezebel spirit,
yeah.
to be precise.
And a particular party is demonic and of the devil.
And that God gave him this message.
Yes.
Of witchcraft.
It is like witchcraft. So, yes, the question then, ladies, should church and state, religion and politics be separated?
Absolutely not.
I'm going to be devil's advocate off the top, and I'm going to say, hell yes. Yes, I said it. Hell.
Oh, let's hear this.
Hell yes, separated.
Oh,
Why the
separated.
two?
I thought you said bring it together.
Oh, no.
No.
They should be separated. Why should I have to go to church? First of all, I'm going to church to hear a message from God about how we as human beings should live our lives in God's eyes, treat each other with fairness, dignity, righteousness, etc. But yet you're going to get up on your platform and use that to tell me who I should vote for to lead this country? I mean, really? And you're going to swing God into it by saying, oh, this is the way that we should go because God told me to?
Here's the thing.
No, boo-boo.
I think
Not falling for
church
it.
and state should be joined in a way that, I mean, the thing, first and foremost, let's look at world leaders or country leaders around the world. It is very norm. I feel like church and state should be joined when you're talking about a world leader having religious counsel from a pastor or a bishop. I think that's
Right.
great because that's where we find our morals, you know, how we live our lives based on what the Word of God says. Now, I say we can't talk about church without a scripture. And I first want to talk about, first of all, what the scripture says about what a church leader is supposed to look like and be like, and why I think this voice note crap is a bunch of foolery. Anyway, it says here in 1 Timothy 3:1-6, you can check it for yourself.
Jesus up in
Let's
here,
just-
y'all.
Let me take y'all to church real quick. The saying is trustworthy. If anyone aspires to the office of overseer, he desires a noble task. Therefore, an overseer must be above reproach, the husband of one wife, sober-minded, self-controlled, respectable, hospitable, able to teach, not a drunkard, not violent, but gentle, not quarrelsome, not a lover of money, and the scripture goes
Right.
on and on and on.
Right.
So my biggest issue here is I feel like it's perfectly fine for a pastor or a church leader to advise its congregation to choose the right person who appears to have the right morals, who appears to have the right characteristics to lead a country, to lead a constituency, but not to be quarrelsome, not to be, not saying that this
So it
pastor
takes
was
us
drunk,
back-
but
it takes us back.
Sound like
They
it.
should not, no one should be
Yeah.
telling you or trying to influence
Yeah,
you
it is a
except
mess.
for when it comes
Exactly.
to the matters at hand.
Yeah.
Let me make an intelligible
Exactly.
decision,
Yeah,
and that is the
exactly.
issue that I have. No one is actually wanting you to get the facts, learn,
Yeah.
read,
Yeah.
do these things that you need to do. They just want you to know it and
Yeah.
to make that decision because I said so, because
Yeah.
I am some sort of
and then put God name on
Ruler.
it.
Right, and that's
you
my-
ain't scared?
That's my point.
Man, I be so scared just to say OMG, like the real OMG,
Right,
because I'm
right.
just like, to have some sort of reverence and some sort of dignity, it is so absolutely unfortunate. And stop
Yeah.
casting demons
Yeah.
on people and calling people Jezebel. That is so disgraceful. No tact, no class, no
That's
grace.
what I'm saying. Like
Please.
counsel and dictatorship, two totally different
Seriously,
things.
it is a complete
Advice
mess.
and a suggestion and a demand, all very
Embarrassing.
different.
remember
so,
we're in a democracy.
yes.
Not in
Yeah.
something else.
Dictatorship. That part.
However we want to put it. But in other news, some interesting news in the country right now. Bahamar is actually getting ready for its soft opening.
Today?
Did we think we'd reach this day? I didn't. I
The
didn't
thing
see it
is, how
coming.
many of us are like over the moon excited about it?
How many of
Just
us actually
asking.
really know it's happening? I mean, it's happening today. Today is the soft opening, guys.
Yeah.
That's crazy. There's they've already mobilized about, I think, how many staff
It's supposed
members?
to be about 1,500.
About 1,500
And
staff
so they
members.
have those already on stream. They even treated them to a week of activities leading up to it, I guess to get them familiarized with the property
experience.
itself and all the amenities. I think on the holiday, they had a little fun day, if you will, enjoying the pool and having the staff invite their family members to come and just experience it. So they'll be more familiar, I guess, when the house is full. Those staff members can now encourage guests to take advantage and explain to them a little bit more what's happening. I think that was the whole point. So I say congratulations.
That's amazing.
Yep, that's me. Congrats.
Well, moving on, Serena Williams is pregnant, everyone. Did you know that?
Good
And
for
not
her.
only is she pregnant, but the sources say that based on the calculation, she's 20 weeks pregnant. 20 weeks pregnant. I don't know how this thing goes. But that would put her in having been a mother-to-be when she won Wimbledon.
Yeah, this
That's
Australian
what you
Open.
call
The
a
Australian
girl
Open,
boss.
sorry.
Yeah,
Seriously.
truly.
Yeah, you remember Beyonce's song? She says, you know, like being a woman, like being able to go to work, cut the check, get the check, make these children, and get back to business. Like, I mean, way to go, Serena. Congratulations,
But I'm
girl.
sure that helped her in her process to win. Come on.
What do you
she
mean?
was
What, being pregnant?
She was being active. She was only like, what, a week or so. Or whatever. But she was being active, and they say that when you're like working out a lot and, you know, things happen. So anyway,
all I know is that baby gonna come out swinging.
That's
ready
right.
to go.
Ready to go.
She is literally, you know, getting the wheels going for the next generation of tennis stars. So
I think it's amazing.
yeah.
I want people to stop saying 20 weeks because I'm calculating it's 4 weeks in a month. 4 times 5 is 20. She's 5 months pregnant. That's all I want.
I mean,
Yeah.
and you know what? They didn't even let me calculate it. It just said 20, and I went with it.
So ladies, speaking,
She said it.
though, speaking of pregnancy,
Pregnant people do that.
we've got rumors swirling around a Hollywood power couple because allegedly one of them, who happens to be a huge NBA star, got someone else pregnant, allegedly. I'm sure, you know, all of the social media and fans out there would have known by now the rumors about Lala and Carmelo.
I mean,
Anthony.
I almost shed a tear. I felt like I was going through a family divorce. Like my parents were parting. I actually really liked that couple. I
Yeah.
used to watch their show.
Yeah,
and
me
it's
too.
They had a show?
Yes, they had
Yeah.
a whole show.
And their wedding was televised and everything.
I love
Oh,
Remember,
yeah,
Lala's
was
been
a
on TV
huge-
since we were teenagers.
Yeah.
So I was
rooting
love
for them.
Lala.
Like, for some reason, even though we know a lot of Hollywood couples don't tend to last, for some reason, I really felt like
you
they
had a
were
good
going,
feeling about them, right?
I was like, oh yeah,
I'm sorry.
they're legit.
I did not.
No?
I felt he was too quiet and too like
too private?
Yeah.
I mean, but
he had, you know, these guys just, oh God, take it away, please. They just are too sneaky. And you know what? If you have a child on that woman, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah, no, it's sad because
But true.
it also, a lot of people always say, oh, basketball players are known to sleep around and to have this kind of
They
thing
got
happen.
people
And you
throwing
thought,
themselves
Yeah,
at
pretty
them,
much.
you know?
I thought that he would have
Athletes.
been an exception.
Athletes.
I don't know, but you don't really know it.
You never know.
Entertainment.
You never know.
These,
Yeah.
you know, these men.
It's
oh,
sad.
gosh.
I'm sad.
I'm sad too, because I really thought that they were going to stand the test of time, and you know we were going to see them both just right off into the sunset forever.
But my
ever.
last point though is I'm very proud of her because, as the article states, she's been like, you know what, you had a child on me allegedly. I
Yeah.
mean, but she's really strong and like, this is.
Well,
I'm not good. You know,
I'll tell you one thing. Obviously, pregnancy is nothing that anyone can hide. So if it is indeed true, I'm sure we will hear about it eventually once the
but Lala's
DNA
not having it,
test
is what I'm saying.
is done.
So, you know,
So.
please, women, you don't have to take the sweethearting. If you catch them, just go. Life moves on. And in this case, Lala is saying, you know what? You could have your sweetheart, but I on the other side of the break. You know what I'm trying to say? Not this break, but talking about breaks and breakups. What if...
No, we got to take a break today.
We have to.
Yeah.
man.
I know we get so caught up in our awesome stories and topics. Coming up after this quick break, we have a fabulous woman in house. You don't want to miss it. She's a local entertainer, superstar, and she's going to bless us with her presence right here on the couch. Don't miss it. Chase Fernander's coming up after this.
Welcome back to the stew. We are so delighted to have a Woman Crush Wednesday on a Freaky Friday. Chase Fernander, a personal fave, girl boss, rock star, and icon of the islands finalists. Please join me in welcoming Chase.
Oh, well. I mean, just sign her up to host number 4.
Just keep her around forever.
Body, body,
Welcome,
body.
Why Why you have to act like that? Oh, and you're soft too.
Thank you.
What the
Thank
secret
you.
is?
It's coconut oil, plenty water.
Man.
Nice.
All right, you are glowing.
Thank you.
First and foremost, congratulations on being Icon of the Islands. You're a finalist now.
Yes.
Tell us about that process. I mean, seeing everybody kind of make it there and not, and then you almost at the finish line. You're almost there.
Yeah, we're almost there. The process was very, very long. It was a 15-hour day. We were there from 8 o'clock in the morning until about maybe 10, almost 11 o'clock that night. I personally didn't get in the audition room until like 2:30 in the afternoon.
Wow.
Yeah, and after that, they told us to leave. We came back around 3, and shortly thereafter, we were supposed to pick the top 25. That didn't happen until about 6 o'clock in the evening. And the reason was it was just hard for them to pick 25 out of over 100 contestants that came from the Bahamas. And from what I understand, they actually had to turn away some persons also, so they couldn't take, the volume that was coming. But so when I thought I had a pretty good chance of making the top 5. So when they called me for the top 5, I was in,
It wasn't too much of a surprise for you.
Right. It was, yeah. So I felt like I could have made it. It's the top 3 that I was worried about because there's a top 5 now, but initially it was only supposed to be 3 persons.
Okay.
So picking the top 3 out of that 25 persons, I was like, okay, this is gonna be rough. So it was nerve-wracking. My name was actually called second, so it was it. Hey, girl, hey. So that made me feel really, really good. And I don't know. Nothing is really sunken in that this competition is as huge as it is. Yeah. The winner is going to win $10,000, a music video, record deal, just international exposure and a chance to put the Bahamas on the map, So it hasn't really sunken in that that's what's going to happen if I'm to win.
Balance.
Yeah. But
well,
it's
let's
still
talk about you, Chase Fernander.
Yes.
So I'm excited to hear that you're actually into a little bit of rock.
Yes,
which
I am.
we don't hear a lot of in the Bahamas. How did you get into that? What's your inspiration?
Well, actually, my father was a rock and roll drummer when I was a kid, from before I was born. And when I was 7, we moved from Nassau to Freeport. And so at that time, he had to separate with his band, had to make a decision for his family. And he and I learned to play the keyboard, the drums, the bass guitar, and he and I would just rock out in our practice room from I was like maybe 11 till maybe I was about 13 or 14, and then I kind of got into, other things, sports and stuff like that. But there was one thing he'd always say to me, that he wishes that I was old enough during the time when he had his band to play with his band, and I would say the same thing. And luckily, a couple years ago, when I started playing with this rock band in Nassau, Subculture, 3 of the members were actually the original members of my dad's band.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And there was one night where he was actually able to play drums for the band.
That
and I was
made
thinking,
me want to tear up just
right?
now.
That's very cool.
It makes me want to tear up every time I talk about it too, because that's a very, very close bond that me and my father have in music. And we're not going to talk anymore.
Pull it together, girl.
Okay, so tell me, let's say you do win the Icon of the Islands. Fingers crossed. You are so, how should I say, your style is so varied. You've got this love of rock, you're able to rap, you've got a little R&B and that soul in you. So if you are to take it that far with the Icon of the Islands competition, what do you think you would identify with? Would you try to still incorporate all of those genres, or okay?
Yeah, I would definitely. My music is an expression of myself. I'm a songwriter also. I write all of my original music.
Nice.
And I write it depending on how I feel. So my first EP, Necessary, that was released in April of last year, it's very, very aggressive. It's very kind of raw and hard-hitting. And that's because during the time when I was writing that, there was a lot of stuff I was going through. I was very, very angry. I was very upset, heartbroken, and stuff like that. And so it came off in the form of rap very, very aggressively. But now I'm not feeling that way at all. So I don't see my next project being anything like that. I see probably more alternative pop. I want to start to mix some jazz and bluesy.
So you don't want to be placed in a box.
No, I'm not a jack in a box. I'm not. Not at all. I'm not at all. No, I'm not a singer. I'm not a rapper. I am an artist, an all-around artist. I do music.
That's amazing.
Yes,
I've seen you perform time and time again, and you blow me away every time because I love that you are like the perfect tomboy, but you fine as hell, which is so incredible to achieve, right? I saw the pictures with you on Instagram, you're a girl with Yandy in the white jumpsuit. Jesus, save us all. And it was absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
What's your prep like getting ready for a performance, making sure you look great? I've seen you perform with Wendy, man. And I was like, I love how you can be on a stage with another girl boss and still be a girl boss in your own right. But what is your prep like, you know, getting ready for a performance, getting ready to kill it?
Well, nowadays, because I do it so often now, it's easy. I have a bar at home, so before I leave, I take a shot of tequila, Jaeger, whatever I feel, whatever concoction I need to make. And usually I just have to get myself mentally prepared. I would go, I do have a regular 9 to 5, not for much longer, especially if I win this competition, but I do have a regular 9 to 5, so when I have a show that's after that, I try and get off at least an hour early, just go home, and I just lay there and sit and I think about, okay, what's in your closet? What are you going to wear? Okay, what are you going to put on your face? And I do all of that in my head so that I can just rest, relax. And then I get up, I get dressed, take my shot, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready to do this. Let's do it.
A woman after my own heart.
Yes.
So on that note, I'm going to see you perform and take that shot with you one day.
Yes, please.
Thank you so much, Chase, for coming in.
Thank you for
We wish
having
you
me.
all the luck, all the world best luck.
Thank you.
With Icon of the Island,
Thank
top
you.
5. And of course, you know, follow Chase Fernander
Yes,
on
follow
social
me
media.
on social media. Chase Fernander on everything. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And also, if you're interested in seeing me perform, Monday nights at the Malia, my band, Jukebox Live, performs every Monday night at the pool, down at the pool from 7 to 10. So you can check it out. Y'all can come check us out.
Perfect.
It's going to be a good time.
Love it.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this.
We're back with the stew, and this is another fabulous edition of For Your Entertainment. And wow, it feels like we haven't spoken about flicks in a while. So for those of you that haven't let your hair down in a minute and need a quick catch-up, I dedicate this edition to you. So let's begin with the 8th installment of the Fast and Furious franchise, starring all of your favorites, but this time around, Dom, Vin Diesel that is caught up in a world of seduction and crime by a mysterious lady. Ladies and gentlemen, this movie has already made $98 million in its first week alone at theaters. And it's top for this week. You definitely want to catch it. And like I said, we're catching up on all those flicks we've missed, right? So how about a full feature-length animated film that's already made $16 million at the box office, Boss Baby, that's about a baby who wears a suit, carries a briefcase, is simply trying to foil a plot with his older brother. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Alec Baldwin and Jimmy Kimmel star, well, the voices that is, in this flick, Boss Baby. Speaking of bosses, how about another animated flick that is full of boss babes? Well, their voices that is. The voices of some of your favorites like Julia Roberts, Ariel Winter, Ellie Kemper, Meghan Trainor, just to name a few. Yes, this time around, it's the Smurfs, mostly females, but they're on a little adventure. You definitely want to check that out and see what it's all about. And finally, how about something that's coming out in theaters today, April 21st? Unforgettable. It's about tension, drama, thriller. Oh my goodness, ladies, what would you do if your new husband has a crazy ex that just wouldn't let him go? This one is starring Katherine Heigl and Rosario Dawson, and I'm telling you, I'm on the edge of my seat, just can't figure out where is this going. I definitely got to see it for myself. And you know what? These are my suggestions for films and flicks that you need to catch up on with your boo or with the entire family. Just go and have yourself a good old time. Binge watch if you have to. This has been For Your Entertainment. I'll see you next time.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us for another episode of The Stew. It is Friday. It is almost summer. Go out and love yourself, please. Chase was here. Man, girl, we love you. Thank you for giving us tips about drinking water and just lathering up in coconut oil. Bless your whole soul for that tidbit, all right? Ladies and gents, you know what? Just cut the crap. Go out, go vote, but live your life in peace. Make life happen for you. We love you. See you later.
Friday.
Yes.
When the vibe is right.